Don't look under the internet.
I'll take a shot to that.
Alright. Hell yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
yes,
everyone.
yeah, I'm recording.
Okay.
Cheers, Doug.
Hello, everyone. This is your daily dose of Diluti.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We're here. we're here. We're vibing, kind of. We're in a Diluti mood. Hi, this is Don't Look Under the Internet, internet comedy horror podcast featuring the likes of yours truly. That's Doug.
Hi.
That's Matt.
I am alive.
This fella to my right is Jason.
Hello.
And I'm on Jason's left. And I'm Mike.
For now, yeah.
And we're here. And we're doing a podcast. We're doing a big podcast. We're all feeling super good about this.
Mike especially knows what he's doing right now. Cannot tell you. This man knows exactly where the sentence is going, what the point is, and what's coming right after.
Yeah. So I'm going to start this off with a bit of a very, very, very simple, very straight to the point, little Diluti.
Clap above your head.
Got an easy one for us. We only have one name to give a shout out to, so we're going to play the timed. We're going to play the game of old days.
We're going to play come time, Doug. That's what he said.
We're going to play the game of.
Well, he's like, we're going to play fat and then just stop talking. And I was like, what?
We're going to play the game of name. Is it good?
Name?
Is it bad? You tell me.
So it's definitely a name. That's the one thing you know.
We're going to give a shout out to Major Bear.
Yeah, yep.
Considering it's Pride Month, Major Bear, I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
Do you know Major Laser?
And what if there's a Major Laser Bear?
You mean Diplo and friends?
Diplo and Friends.
And his bear posse?
Diplo and Friends sounds like one of those like child cartoons, like Baby Looney Tunes or something. Like you just get Diplo and Friends.
Yeah. But it's just like a bunch of babies playing EDM.
Yeah.
I heard Baby
DJ Hero.
Pop has actually got a cameo in some of that.
Baby Cop's a Baby Cop stripper now. He's not doing so hot after that.
He's a part of Baby YMCA.
He's making more money now than when he was on the force. I don't know.
The Baby YMCA.
Gabies, if you will.
They are the young men.
They are the young men. God
Look
damn
at
it,
me.
Doug.
I'm the young men now. I didn't catch
we're
that,
clearly
so.
talking about something to do with police officers or the YMCA today, right? Or
We're
the
talking about
village people.
None of those
There's
things.
a bird scooter that can get us out of this.
Oh no, I got my ways.
You got a 4x4
Oh.
bird scooter you can pull us out with?
This one needs some all-wheel drive, my guy.
An all-wheel drive electric scooter.
A bird toe at this point.
That concludes housekeeping. Major Bear, good name. I think we can all agree
Good
after
name.
that.
Yeah, it's
Love
pretty-
that. Love that.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. You know, it's funny because we may not be talking about a major bear, but we are talking about a major other type of animal.
Wow.
It was
No. Let's rewind that a little bit. Let's do that again.
Let's put
Try it
any
again.
amount of effort into that.
Try it one more time.
You know, you guys never stopped to ask if I should. You only asked if I could segue us in
Oh.
to our topic.
I thought you were going to say you guys never ask if I'm major okay.
Holy Lord.
Y'all didn't ask if I should.
No.
You
I
asked if you
see.
could.
I see the segue now.
Segue us into our topic. And our topic today,
Dino.
dinos.
DNA.
We're talking about a little something prehistoric.
It's a dinosaur.
Talking about them coming out of a hole. We'll get to that.
Hell yeah.
Not
That's,
Mel's
a different,
hole,
that's a
though.
different topic,
that's
actually.
what she said. That's what she said.
I'm pretty sure that's one of our smut books that we have in the box.
It's next to the milking farm.
We're talking about Prehistoric Emergence.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
Or P for short.
or P. I saw that. I saw that on your
It
doc.
was
I'm
just-
like,
Heh.
Jason. P.
Well, if you're European, it might be P.
Yeah. So a little bit of a backstory to this. So we're talking about Prehistoric Emergence, which is a YouTube analog horror that I found that has a very surprisingly large amount of views on it. And I figured new Jurassic World movies coming out soon. Why not try to get in with the algorithm?
Take advantage.
Yeah, see if this might not spark a couple extra views or something. We'll see. Who knows? So, Matt, whenever you upload this to YouTube, make sure in the title is just Dino, 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 Dino,
Call it
Dino,
Jurassic
Dino.
World.
Dinosaur,
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
Call it.
Prehistoric
Call it-
dinosaur.
Wait,
No, name it like Jurassic World Dominion or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
and then,
I was
like,
about to say.
1080p, like rip, like
DVD rip.
xvid.com.
if we can stretch this to an hour and a half,
Yeah.
if we can stretch this to an hour and a half,
365,
just put
whatever.
Jurassic World Rebirth, put the poster as the thumbnail, and people will just, we'll get them. They'll think it's the movie.
We'll hack our way
I'm
into a fucking
tempted.
sponsor deal.
I'm tempted.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not
we get
illegal,
cease and
right?
desist for that.
Probably,
We're
but
gonna
like,
find out.
I'm just gonna take the poster and just put Doug's face over.
there you go. It's transformative. Fuck you.
Yeah. This is parody now.
Right? Nowhere did it say this is actual.
Yeah. So again, little bit of an analog horror. It's very short. We're gonna cover season 1. I think you, Jason, and Doug.
I did watch
branched into
the
season
22-minute video that is the first episode of season 1. Yeah, you are correct. And you
That's
can
the first
actually,
episode of
if you
season
look
2.
here, you'll see exactly where I decided it was bedtime. Ready there. Oh, I wonder what happened here. It's just it's the same letter over and over
So
again.
you watched the season 2 episode 1,
Yeah.
and Doug, you
Beast.
got the video 2. Nice. So yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into it. So, Jason, you're gonna start us off with video 1, just in general. So, start us off with this boy.
You did say this is analog horror, right?
Technically, it is.
Okay, because you definitely would not get that at all from the first 5 seconds. So the
Yeah.
first thing we see is the
Never
emergency
seen
alert
anything
system.
like this before. Damn it! I'm already. I'm gonna be a good boy today. I'm going.
I thought it was like a nature documentary. I don't know.
It's Matt, I am going to walk you right up to the line and see if you step over it. That's my goal today. So again, never seen this before in any analog horrors. We get the emergency broadcast system, or the EAS, emergency alert system. And this is what this says is that don't go in the water is the 2-minute playback of this part of the video amounts to about don't go in the water. You're not allowed to go in the water. The water's bad for reasons.
Fish fucking.
Yeah, fish fuck. I think you
Water
don't want
bad.
you don't want to swim in fish fuck, and that's what we think for you. However,
do you want to visually describe the first 5 seconds of this? Like, just really give a real good, thorough description.
just go right into it. All right, you're gonna get this really long, just klaxon, just horn over and over again, going, "Meh, meh," and you're gonna hit the emergency broadcast system in like a red banner with yellow letters.
Blue
And there's so much blue, and
Full
there's a
screen
ticker.
blue.
Yeah, there's a big ticker that goes across the bottom telling you, and it's all in an AI voice saying, "Do not go in the water. Stay away from the water. Any activities such as boating, swimming are prohibited.
Do not go in the water.
Do not go in the
Do
water."
not go in the
Do
water.
not go in the water.
We're like, okay, that's
New
I won't-
vocal stem unlocked.
Apparently the reason that we are not allowed to go near the water or be in the water or do activities in the water like swimming is because there is a apparently previously thought to be extinct species are now roaming the ocean. They're just out there. And now, like, yeah, of course, yeah, there's probably a coelacanth or two down there, right?
A what?
Coelacanth? It's a
fish.
big, yeah, it's a big fish that has horrendous teeth, but it's been alive since
Real big
prehistoric
fish?
Oh.
times.
Real big fish.
Yeah,
Probably.
Oh
it's-
shit!
yeah,
Did we cover that on Really Tall Podcast?
No.
Well, we got another episode.
Prehistoric podcast.
So like there are definitely versions of prehistoric creatures that are alive today, like lobsters or mollusks or those fucking trilobites.
Or man.
Or man.
Cockroaches.
I mean, man and dinosaur were not alive at the same time.
No, but
But
a man can
cockroaches, yes.
Cockroaches.
Dragonflies, technically. I'm going off topic. Basically, what this is claiming is that don't go in the water because these fucking massive killer things are now in the ocean. We don't know why or where they came from. They say maybe they came from this big blue hole that appeared in the ocean. Which apparently could be an entrance to a region where many other extinct creatures exist. It goes over. This is all the EAS again, and it switches over from this to kind of give you a little bit more information about the different types of creatures that they've actually seen come out of this big blue hole. The blue hole. The first one is I will never forget this name. The first name that we come across is the Mosasaurus. And if you want to hear what it's actually pronounced as in the video, it's the Mosasaurus.
Mosasaurus.
And you will hear this a lot. I almost soundbited it and put it on the soundboard to annoy all of you with, but you are welcome. This is the Mosasaurus is described as a nightmarish marine predator. It swims up to 30 miles an hour. It's about 50 fucking feet long. And apparently prefers the Atlantic to the Pacific or any of the other oceans. I was going to go through them, and then I realized I don't think I know all of them.
I'm embarrassed.
That's fine.
There's oceans.
There's several. And one of the things that you do need to know about the Mosasaurus is that its defining characteristic is that when it's looking for prey or trying to find something to eat, it pokes its head above water to look around. I feel like we could have just figured that out ourselves, but lucky us, we have a step-by-step walkthrough on how to deal with the Mosasaurus. It's like I said, it's 50 feet long. Like, that's fucking huge. And it basically just eats anything that swims. Anything. Loves people. It's known to find boats and capsize them and just eat everybody inside. Since the emergence of this Mosasaurus from the big blue hole in the bottom of the ocean.
You'd think we'd notice.
Well, they did.
Blue hole.
They did.
Like, before things came out of it. I don't think a hole just into thin air and things are just like, hey, what's going on out here?
Unless you're looking at it.
Wouldn't it
However,
suck
they
just
do
like a fuckload of water down into it? I mean,
Yeah.
That was what I thought the next question was going to be. So apparently this big blue hole is actually on the other side of it there's actually more water than.
I mean, I guess that makes sense if sea creatures are coming out of it. There's water in it.
So 100%.
So
however,
reverse hollow earth.
but apparently the pressure of the water on the other side of this hole is being pushed into this side of the hole.
So there's more pressure inside, so it's like ejecting these things.
It's either pressurized or there's
firing
more
them out.
water. Right. It's yes. And so it's either pressurized or there's actually more water through this hole, which, doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense considering it's still in the earth at the bottom of the ocean. There's a hole in the bucket in the bottom of the ocean and whatever. That whole song.
The frog and the log and the bog and the bottom of the
You got it. Yeah. Exactly. So this blue hole popped up, and apparently several of them have popped up where these different prehistoric creatures have been emerging and just wreaking havoc on our modern world. So that's the Mosasaurus. That's a big one. The next one they go over is something called, this is my favorite one, best name, is the Dunkleosteus.
I do like donkey.
Yeah,
The Dunkleosteus.
Dunkel.
This thing was known as the first apex predator to have ever
Prehistoric
existed.
ocean runs on Duncan.
I was about to say, you can now catch this fish doing video game commentary and Let's Plays. You can find him on YouTube, Video Game Donkey. It's very
Video
cool.
Game Donkey. It's first apex predator, and the defining feature of this thing is it's kind of small. It's 13 feet long. However, its head, face, and back are almost completely armored, which they go on to say the only way that you can get through this armor is with harpoons or high velocity rounds. Which, yeah, that tracks. Again, this thing's about 13 feet long.
What about like torpedoes and shit, though?
I think anything.
Can we nuke the fish?
Anything harpoon, high velocity rounds, or more devastating than those things.
Okay.
I think
just
if it's more than that,
I just wanted to clear things up.
I appreciate that.
You want to go harpoon some dunks, bro?
Who harpoon in their dunk right now?
That sounds so sexual. It's not even funny, but holy
Sounds
Lord.
like a lot of things, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sounds like I don't know what it is.
Sounds like I won't be doing that.
Heading out and pooning some dunks this weekend.
There it is.
Spoon in the dunks. Damn. All right. So this thing is labeled as like the God damn it. Pooning some dunks. I cannot get that phrase out of my head. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to this next part. As I said, it's 13 feet long. It's got armor all over its head, face, and body. However, it's the bite force is what's really, really terrifying here. A crocodile has the bite force of about 3,200 psi. This thing, 13 feet long, so technically shorter.
He's broken.
So broken. This is more proof that it's not whoever goes last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's legit. His glasses are off. Tears are coming out.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
legit broken. Oh my God.
At least we're making Naomi's job easy.
Very.
Yeah.
Incredibly. So this thing is almost twice that of a crocodile at 6,000 psi, which is a fuckload. This portion of the video ends with it's like an advice section. It says advice for if you ever do encounter one of these things. They swim incredibly fast. You will not see it coming. And so if you come into encounter with one, in order to survive, use avoidance.
Use avoidance.
That's what it said.
It wasn't very effective.
AKA try to no longer be in that situation anymore is how I took that. Like, yeah, that what?
Here's what you do. Step 1.
Don't
Don't do it. Don't be there. Don't
have done that.
It's like, they tried to make it sound so scientific. Use avoidance.
Right. Use avoidance.
Just
anybody
try,
with half a
just
brain.
try not being somewhere where that might be an issue.
Have you tried that, stupid?
Try avoidance. What a fucking.
Just try it. Just try it. If you haven't tried it. And if that doesn't work, try not avoiding it. Maybe that'll work. So that's the Dunkleosteus, the armored fish. The last thing that they go over as one of the major appearances of creatures is
Sorry, I just imagine a bunch of like scientists in like a laboratory, like with a clipboard. They're just like, damn it. Running right into it didn't work. What else can we do?
Try using avoidance.
Avoidance, of course.
right. Don't run into it.
Never thought of that.
As subject 1, just don't. My God, it worked.
It worked.
We found out the ultimate answer to how not to die to this thing.
You just don't.
Don't.
You just be stubborn. The very last creature that is coming from these blue holes that we're going to go over in this video is the Megalodon. A lot of people probably know what this is. It's basically just a giant fucking shark, and this was one of the biggest marine-based predators to ever roam the ocean, I guess, to ever pred. And this thing's emergence from the blue hole apparently causes major marine population decline as it eats
predators emerging from the blue hole.
Is this hard yet, Matt? Is this difficult?
Yeah.
So this thing eats up to 2,500 pounds of food a day, which means the majority of ecosystems around the world. If any more than one of these things gets loose in the ocean, it will not take long for this thing to decimate those. And they talk about how this is actually going to interact, or how it's going to affect human food source, which means we can't really go in the ocean anymore for these things. They're eating all the fish, so we're losing all our fish, and we might all because of it. The very last thing we hear in this video is, for now, the ocean is no longer in our control.
Oh shit!
Was it ever?
Huh?
Yeah, I feel like
was
the
it ever?
ocean-
It's the
We've
ocean.
never
like,
done that. Yeah.
No, it's literally has never been in our control. So yes,
If you ask
business as
Trump,
usual.
though, he'd say we own the ocean. If you
Oh,
ask
yeah.
Trump, he'd be like, it's our ocean, the best ocean.
Probably.
The red, white,
We
and
have
blue
full
ocean.
control over it. We're gonna put a
Ocean.
dome over the ocean.
It's blue. That's one of the colors
We're
on the
gonna nuke
flag.
the ocean. We're gonna nuke the ocean and all the fish living in it.
I mean, we did that.
We're putting
Like,
tariffs
so
on the
that's-
mackerels.
40s, whatever.
Oh my
Wow,
god!
what a time.
We're circumcising all the porpoises.
So that's how it ends.
Yeah, that literally just says, for now, the ocean is no longer in our control. And
Fuck.
that is the end of the first video.
Damn you, Poseidon.
Yeah, fuck Poseidon.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Muthalomew.
Hey, fuck that guy.
Yeah, there's more of this. So
Oh, yeah.
there's definitely more of this. So
Oh, you thought we were finished?
there's the next video is called Prehistoric Emergence Serpents of Wrath. And really it follows kind of the same structure as Jason's video, but what we're finding out this time is that there's more prehistoric animals and they're coming out of holes on the land this time, not just in the ocean.
Shit.
Are they blue or are they brown?
They're every color in between.
Oh.
Yeah, some of them are orange. So they're coming.
Are any of them Mel's?
Mel colored? Where's the Mel-colored hole?
They're Mel Juniors.
Mel's junior holes.
Mel's Junior.
No.
Yeah. But
Can't be talking about
they are-
junior holes on this.
they are they're the predators, though, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's a whole thing here.
the Asian News Network informs us all about these holes on land. So, we talk about holes that are in lots of different places. And first up is Australia. And of course, there's crazy shit happening in Australia with animals all the time. So I'm not sure if these came out of the hole or not, but apparently they got big ass Komodo dragons down there called megalanias. So
Megalanias?
megamalanias. Megalanias. So they're hiding in the woods and they're jumping out and eating people. And so in this video, we get a nice little demonstration of a cartoon cutout of like a fucking bathroom sign man and against a green background. And you got your little megamalania there. And this hiker wanders into the forest and everything gets all glitchy. And then bam, it jumps out and kills him. And he bleeds all over the place. And it does the analog horror thing where for some reason in the middle of a news broadcast, it glitches, even though there's absolutely nothing paranormal at play here. It glitches and there's something you're not supposed to see. Oh, no. Anyway, these megamalanias are also
Jurassic
just
Park.
wandering around in downtown Sydney. So we see that it's like the size of a fucking car. Anyway, they fucking eat people. So now to America. And America has woolly mammoths. We found out a few factoids about woolly mammoths. We're conveniently told in this news broadcast that is telling us not to hunt these woolly mammoths, that woolly mammoth tusks are worth up to and exceeding $10,000.
But don't hunt them.
But don't hunt them.
And also, we haven't done that
We
while they were alive at all. There's definitely not cave paintings showing humans hunting woolly mammoths.
Yeah, but don't risk provoking a woolly mammoth. Stay away from them as much as possible, unless you were to find one at a zoo, and that's exactly what Toronto has done. It's taken the woolly mammoth and they put it in a zoo. So we got zoo mammoth now. You can visit the new exhibition on 9/14 of 2024, and we're given the Toronto Zoo website where you can go buy tickets and go see the woolly mammoth.
Oompy.
Yeah, Oompy the woolly mammoth. But now, more on the ocean. So back in the ocean things, while all this is happening on land, meanwhile, we've got killer sperm whales named Leviathans, which I thought when I first watched this, I was like, stupid, that's Leviathan. And then I looked it up and I was like, no, that's actually how this is pronounced. It's Leviathan, which is basically a gigantic sperm whale with razor sharp teeth that's apparently hunting the megalodon. So I guess the megalodon and the Leviathans are in this crazy circle where they're just eating each other, sneaking up on each other. controlling each other's populations. So that's what's happening there. Back on land this time. We got Colombia and India. So Colombia and India, they just got big ass snakes. They got snakes. The snakes are wandering around. They're sucking people down in their weird fucking dislocated jaw gullets. They're wrapping themselves around gigantic statues, and that's what's going on in Colombia and India. And to deal with all this craziness, we learned that there's a new organization called the GPAC. The GPAC is called Global Prehistoric Affairs Commission, which Global Prehistoric Affairs Commission sounds more like an HOA type deal to me, but for like people from like the prehistoric era. But what they're apparently doing is trying to figure out how to control these things. The conclusion that they come to is a bunch of countries are going to start throwing bombs down these holes, and so we get this like little diagram of a hole, and then like old school style TNT, where it looks like they're just Acme TNT throwing them down in the hole and detonating them, and that's the solution to this. Just
we sent the bravest commando, Wile E. Coyote, down into the hole.
Destabilize the crust of the earth is our solution to this, is what it seems like to me.
That's a bad plan. It's a really bad plan.
The last area that we talk about is Billings, Montana. So a big old hole has opened up in the middle of Billings, Montana. We get a picture of this hole in Billings, Montana, which maybe this isn't the Montana I'm familiar with, but this hole in Billings, Montana is surrounded by tropical foliage. It's like a picture of the rainforest.
And there's
and then there's a hole.
There's just nothing.
Yeah. Montana, if you
Sounds
don't
like you've
know,
never been to Montana.
is in the northwestern United States,
Temperate north.
where it's very dry and there are not a lot of trees and it's mostly mountains.
Mostly mountains.
But this
About
hole
10,000
opened up,
lakes.
and now a bunch of palm trees are growing around it. And while these palm trees are growing around it, there's a really weird, strange sound coming out of it. And it's theorized that this crazy sound is whatever is driving all these animals out. So the video is like, oh no, there's something even bigger underground, and it's chasing the things that are eating us. And if they're running away from it, and then they're eating us, it's going to be really bad.
Oh no, don't come up here.
Oh no.
I don't want you to.
Oh no.
No, please, no. I'm just a boy. It's also my birthday. No.
No. And that's that.
Wow.
That's that video.
Fascinating stuff from Matt.
We got sea things, and now
Tropical Montana.
tropical Montana.
Thanks,
It's like
Ollie.
Hannah Montana's sister.
Tropicana. Tropical
There's-
Montana.
There's
Tropical
Cousin-
Montana.
It's her cousin that couldn't make it.
well, she started the Tropicana brand,
Yeah,
and that's just the word smashed together. It's a whole family conspiracy.
Yeah. And they say Billy Ray Cyrus doesn't pick favorites. Anyway, so I got video 3 here. It's called the Tyrant Lizard King. So you might be able to piece together what the fuck mine's all about here. But crazy thing here, even more fishing boats, can you believe it, have been capsized.
What was that from?
The Motosaurus.
Mosasaurus.
Motosaurus, yeah.
Motosaurus. Hello,
the-
Moto.
The Motosaurus. You know, before when they're like, hey, no one go out fishing,
Yeah.
people didn't listen because boats like
Weird.
that flipped.
Weird.
We're back in Montana, or as we have to call it,
Tropicana.
Tropicana.
Trapanta.
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 Something big has emerged out of here, and we don't really like it. And oh, we're about to find out what it is. The guy's like, oh my god, it's just glitches out, because
Yeah. Why
broadcast that would
keep
happen.
the important part?
Broadcast got cut off. Instead, let's hear a little bit from GPAC. I think they have something to say to us. Turns out they have an update. They were bombing those holes to stop things from coming out, but they gave up on that idea. Turns out too much shit
It
be
didn't
coming
work?
out of the hole. Couldn't do it anymore.
Not enough.
And then
bombs.
swapah, off to Texas we go, the Lone Star State.
Oh,
Yeehaw!
Bro.
Jesus Christ.
In Texas, they're pretty fucked because they got fucking Quetzalcoatlus or whatever that thing's name. It's been sighted. He's big. He's a bird. You gotta look out for that Quetzalcoatlus.
It's a big leather bird.
It's a big leather bird. This motherfucker is 16 feet tall, 500 pounds, which I guess because they have hollow bones is why they're so light. I expected some 16 feet. I mean, a fucking hippo was like 5,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So I expected this thing to be a little bit bigger, but again,
That's
it's a
mostly
bird.
muscle.
Yeah, and this is a bird. Hollow bones, the such.
Hollow bones.
So
yeah, nothing else. Maybe
he's still a
wires.
big boy. Texas, y'all got to look out because this thing is apparently migrating.
Going
all
south
over
for the winter.
place. So they recommend if you see a Quetzalcoatlus to seek shelter in very tight places because this
Use avoidance.
use avoidance. Yeah, use avoidance. If you see Quetzalcoatlus, just don't,
Just don't.
and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So they say to seek shelter in tight places like under a vehicle or in an alleyway.
In a
Because
book.
if there's one thing a 16-foot bird can't do, is it can't get into an alleyway.
No. Definitely not like a fucking like being a fish in a barrel at that point.
Yeah.
One, get in the car. But two, I like how the demonstration is showing like a man running down a road and there's a car that's clearly in the road and he
Yeah.
just crawls under it. Like,
Get in it.
I'm assuming this car that's just in the middle of the road is not occupied because if it, I don't know.
They run him over.
Yeah. I mean, I
If
guess
it is
that's a
occupied,
solution.
you
That's
might
a
die,
solution.
My favorite part is it shows it's like get under a vehicle, and then it shows him getting under a vehicle, and the bird just like it shows the bird just like pop up by the car, and it's just like like it's screaming at him like how dare you! The one place I can't
The
get
one
to
place
under
I
a car.
I've been foiled.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
This skinny little beak definitely can't get underneath that.
We
Jacked
also
up
learn
Jeep.
about. I can't fit under this Ford F-150. No, that's lifted.
Hide under a Hummer
Yeah.
or bigger.
Yeah, Texas is not where you want to be hiding under the cars.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe Seattle, but not
Or
Texas.
Italy.
We also learn about a 12-year-old boy named Isaac Ramson, who was
Okay.
just taken away by one of these.
He should have
Quetzalcoatlus.
avoided better.
He should.
They've been telling us since the
It
beginning.
needs avoidance.
He should have. He should have don'ted. Really.
Should have done.
Yeah, he just shouldn't.
No, don't.
Should have. Shouldn't.
So he is presumed dead because it just took him away. And yeah, sorry, Mrs. Ramson, your son got. He didn't.
He didn't.
He didn't, and now he's paying.
Now he
for it.
did.
He didn't.
No, he
Don't
did.
hard him.
He didn't. Now he did.
Damn.
We also find out that this thing is absolutely fucking up our livestock. There is even a mention of a farmer in Texas where these Quetzalcoatlus keep taking their sheep. And the farmer had this brilliant idea. He's like, hey, that 16-foot bird that weighs 500 pounds, I'm going to have my dog bark at it. And guess what? It took the fucking dog.
Weird.
Is anyone surprised that he should have had his dog don't?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in this man's mind. He sees a 16-foot bird eating his sheep, and he's like, "Get it, dog."
To be fair, if there's one
You
thing
got
that
this, bro.
dogs are bad at, it's dunting.
Yeah. Like, anyway, so we're gonna cut back to the Toronto Zoo here.
This is
We found out
this
some
is
really
the moment in the video where I was watching this. This video is 13 minutes long. I didn't hear
Yeah.
a goddamn thing that happened for the rest of this video because I was laughing so hard.
Some bad news, everyone.
Oh, no.
Oopie.
We can't even get fast enough for the name.
Opie died of tuberculosis.
Oopie got TB.
We got TB, bro.
Fucking
But
damn
don't
it.
worry. Opie had a son, Opie Jr.
Oh, that's the.
Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry, huh?
Can like regular elephants even get tuberculosis?
Opie Jr. is very
Let alone
sad.
Harry.
Opie Jr. is very sad, but don't worry. We're going to put him on display in like a week, so it's cool.
The video's got Oopie Jr.'s last moments with his father. Which he's also like, it's like Oopie Jr.'s last moments with his father, and it looks like he's like
breastfeeding
feeding.
or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
What are you doing,
Definitely trying to
Oopie?
get a
Jesus
cross on
Christ.
Wrong trunk, Opie. Wrong trunk.
just doing a little suck.
God. Opie died of TB.
Oh my god!
This just in.
Oh my! You guys are gonna be so happy
What?
later.
Oh, this
Did
just
you
in.
look up if elephants can get tuberculosis?
No, I have not done that. I'll do that
Oh,
now.
okay.
But there is some vindication coming. I
This
promise.
just in. The
Okay.
mammoth has AIDS.
Can-
The mammoth got maids. I don't know what to do about it.
Oopie,
Anyway.
Oopie Jr. cures
Oh my
AIDS.
God. Yeah.
First
It just
trial
caught me
run.
so off guard.
Beloved Oompy dies of tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis.
I love that you're
Tuberculosis.
saying tuberculosis.
Um,
Yeah, elephants can get TB caused by Mycobacterium MTB or M. bovis.
thanks,
Disease
Obama.
found in both captive and wild elephants.
Wow. Okay.
Apparently, it can be transmitted.
Dang.
Anyway,
We learned something today. I'm
Watch
so
out,
sorry.
Oopie
I'm
Jr.
sorry we learned something.
we're whipping back to Australia now. We just had to get that small update about Oompy's death. So we're whipping back over to Australia. There's so much shit here. You got megalania,
Mega
a giant
Megalania.
lizard. Update on this bitch. It's eating all the kangaroos, and that's awful
Why?
because kangaroos are
WTF, man.
important.
But why? What are they? Okay, this is actually a legit question. Like, how, do kangaroos actually contribute to like the human
According
ecosystem?
to this,
You ever
it
see
does
that guy
because-
who like boxes a kangaroo for like fucking with his dog?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he just walks up to it, just bow.
That's all I've seen is people just punching kangaroos in the face because they're dicks.
According to
They're
this,
so strong.
They are.
Like,
according to this,
actually.
it's bad because kangaroos are important for the ecosystem because they eat the foliage and then they poop, and their poop is good for the soil.
I got news for you.
Kangaroos are the cows of Australia. That is
Hey,
fact, though, like 100%.
are
You
there-
can get kangaroo steaks.
Let me see if there's cows in Australia,
There
and
are.
then we'll see how
Are there
useless
people out there
kangaroos
just
are.
like grabbing kangaroo tits and squeezing milk?
But so these kangaroos are they're not doing so good.
Yeah, there's so many cows in Australia.
Turns out GPAC will pay you. Remember before where they're like, hey, these mammoth tusks are worth 10 grand, but don't hunt them.
Right.
GPAC will pay you $2,000 to hunt these megalanias, but don't hunt them.
but don't do it.
Don't do
But
it.
don't.
Because
Remember, use don't.
yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
They don't want you to because there's something else out there that might get you if you try to hunt megalania.
Like
And
you'll get
that is-
bored with trying to eat those and come eat
Apparently.
you.
And that is thylacoleo, which is a panther-sized
Thought
cat.
we eradicated that.
I'm not going to lie. This was
Not
disappointing.
anymore.
Yeah, RFK
'Cause
Jr.
they're
had
like-
other plans.
I'm a little disappointed with this because he's like, there's something worse out there in Australia. And it's a cat. It's
Yeah,
just a
that's-
panther size. I'm over here expecting like a fucking 40-foot lizard. It's
No.
it's a cat. It's small. It's like the size of a panther. It's actually relatively small, all things considered. Oh, sorry. It's got the bite force of a lion. And it's got 2 front incisors that it uses instead of canine teeth. And it uses these to slice through you and whatnot. So it's cool. But I don't think it could take down this fucking like 20-foot lizard. I'm just saying, I think this lizard's going to dominate. And also, it's like these things are killing the kangaroos too. I feel like a kangaroo could probably take this fucking cat. I've seen kangaroos. Those things are fucking units.
Yeah.
I feel like a kangaroo could take the. I feel like a herd of
I-
kangaroos, because they do travel in herds. I feel like kangaroos could take that lizard thing too. Just because it's bigger, don't mean shit.
I don't
Well,
know,
but
man.
I'm
Cats are
more
pretty
it's
dangerous.
hide.
Because
Cats are dangerous.
Cats like grab
but,
you and then they like use their hind claws like rip your guts out and shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
but a herd of kangaroo, I feel like could take out.
They have punch and kick.
Exactly.
Everything else we're talking about has razor sharp something.
punch and kick, but it's just a strong.
You're
punch and
punching
kick.
dinosaurs.
Not this is a cat, not a dinosaur.
Okay, you're punching. What? I want you to tell me how punching a saber-toothed tiger goes versus like.
It'll go
It
bad
has
for
2
me
knives in
because I'm
its
not a
face.
kangaroo. I'm not a kangaroo, so it's gonna go bad. But a kangaroo, I think a kangaroo could break its fucking neck. If a dolphin can ejaculate and break your neck,
You're not
a
wrong.
kangaroo can kick a cat and break its neck.
You're not wrong there. But they're not using their penis to fight. I think.
So anyway,
I have to add that. I think.
anyway, so yeah, this thylacoleo is this panther thing. It's fucking up the ecosystem as well, and it's hunting people too. So watch out. So don't hunt those 2 grand lizards because a cat.
Says cat.
It's cat. TLDR, kangaroo's in trouble. So now we find out that the Brachiosaurus is back. That's pretty cool. You just got to be careful because they will trample you on accident. There's not a lot going on here. They're just like, hey, these things are back. They're pretty cool animals, but they will step on you because you're an ant to them. So just stay at least 1,500 feet away. Also turns out these guys are eating all the trees in the Rocky Mountains.
All of them?
All the fucking trees. They're even like, oh yeah, there's like this whole nationwide project to get the trees back into the Rocky Mountains and make sure that all these like trees that are going endangered from like lumber and things like that, we're bringing them back. And now the brachiosauruses are just eating them all. They're like, what do? We can't hunt them because it's just eating trees. But if we don't, they're going to eat all the trees. What do we do?
There's an opportunity here to recreate that opening sequence from the Flintstones where they put that giant rack of Brachiosaurus ribs on their car.
That sounds wonderful.
Why aren't we doing that?
We should do that. That'd
I
be
have a lot of
incredible.
questions about things we're not doing in response to what's happening. But
Yeah.
Why aren't we barbecuing these things? We barbecue
I also like-
alligator.
They were showing those like brachiosauruses or whatever, like walking around, and they're like, yeah, they're eating all the fucking trees, and it's just another collection of palm trees everywhere. Because the native palm tree that grows in Colorado
Of the
Right.
Adirondack Mountains.
right, yeah.
The Adirondack palm trees.
So we're back in Montana. Turns out 313 people in Montana have been mauled to death. But by
Fuck
what?
yeah.
By what?
Oh, I see the source of the confusion. I'm sorry. Earlier, this was Billings, Montana. This is Billings, Montana.
Yes,
My
Billings,
apologies.
Montana.
Billings, Montana. The Billings Massacre. I also
The
like how it's a
T-Rex.
picture of like downtown Manhattan, like the fucking Empire State Buildings.
No. That's Montana.
Oh,
Matt.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Matt.
the Montana one.
Yeah,
You-
okay.
you
The
Clearly.
Right.
More and more as we go through this, you show that you have not been in Montana ever
Yeah,
in your
I'm
life.
right. I'm sorry.
It's kind of embarrassing.
I'm
that you're
sorry,
talking
Billings.
like
I
you're an
was
authority.
I was unfamiliar with your game.
The Big Apple of Montana.
God
Right.
damn it.
The big apple.
The Big Fapple. So 313 people were killed in Billings, Montana, the downtown area. By what? The T-Rex. My best T-Rex scream. 19 T-Rexes are tearing through the downtown area.
That's too many.
That is a lot of T. That is
That's-
pretty-
if you had-
that's an
it's probably
alarming
too
amount of
heavy.
T-Rexes.
Honestly.
It's probably way too heavy.
I have a
You
too
actually
heavy
don't
joke
even
in my
hunt
next
in
outline.
packs. These fools.
Yeah. So the GPAC has sent like SWAT teams and whatnot as like backup, like military backup. But when they did, the T-Rex has vanished, dog, without a trace. I don't know how you let something that big vanish without a trace, but they did.
It's usually in the thin air. If
Yeah.
we're-
And then we get a smash cut to some weird like Aztecian like dragon statue head thing. It's got reverse audio, and the audio just says
Judgment is upon us.
"Judgment is upon us."
Mhm.
And then it goes
Oh.
back to the video, and the video now states that if you find a T-Rex, you do the tried and true method of shouldn't.
Daunting.
You don't. The video says that shooting a T-Rex isn't going to help you in defense because it's got a tiny brain and it's hard to hit that tiny brain. So you might as well just not even try to aim for it. Instead, just shoot around the T-Rex because it'll scare it away. Now, I'm not trying to say I know anything about a T-Rex, but I'm pretty damn confident that like a modern like hunting rifle probably fuck up a T-Rex.
An anti-tank cannon, maybe.
I mean, I don't think a T-Rex
this
is that thick.
This
skin.
is my question. This goes on to talk about like how like people are buying guns and shit. Like, where's the military?
Where is the
why?
military?
Why?
Why is GPAC
what?
here? Like,
Why are we tried throwing bombs down the fucking holes, but like, why has there not like a T-Rex can't beat an F-16? Like,
no.
we have
Hell no.
solutions.
Tom Cruise just Danger Zone playing as he's just dropping bombs on fucking Billings, Montana.
If we can send the
Quetzalcoatlus.
military in to
Yeah.
deal with some protesters in LA, surely we can respond a little better to some dinosaurs that are fucking some shit up.
Yeah,
Coming out of a hole.
yeah.
Several.
Speaking of that, though, it does mention that because of all these dinosaurs, there's been a drastic uptick in firearm sales. It's like on average like an 85% increase in firearm sales, and they're like manufacturers just can't fucking keep up.
I assure you,
Yeah.
that the two places
buy a
in
gun.
America that you're not going to run out of guns are Montana and Texas.
Yeah. That's like, yeah. Number one and number two.
You're good. I'd buy a gun if this happened. I'd be like, yeah, I'm strapping up. Yeah, that makes sense actually.
You'd be a fucking moron to not.
Mhm. I'd be bringing like a baseball bat with me everywhere.
See,
and,
that
like,
no. What is that going
no, and a gun, so I have both just in case.
like for people and for dinos?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my people gun. It's a bat.
It's a bat. It's a manual reload close distance gun, also called a bat.
Anything's a projectile if you throw it hard enough. Swing it around.
This is my gun that shoots bats. Anyway, so yeah, don't shoot the T-Rex because you can't do anything to it. Buy a gun anyway, I guess. Also, there's one T-Rex that has gotten very popular amongst the people because of the way it looks. It vanished along with the rest, but it just looked very different from the rest. And they nicknamed it Deba.
Deba.
Which is Latin for Deba.
Okay.
And that's the video.
Soundtrack
Wow,
by
awesome, man.
satanic lo-fi music.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Doug, what you got?
Oh
Yeah.
boy. What do I got? So video 4 is called The First Apex Predators. And it starts off with a video of Blue Hole 1066. As you see this hole, you start to see what looks like maybe a giant tentacle coming out of it. Maybe it's a giant penis, possibly maybe a squid. I am unsure until it fully comes out of the hole and you see that it is for sure a giant squid and it is in fact not a
Damn
penis. But
Well, I don't care anymore.
Doesn't a squid just have 9 penises? Or 12?
I'm pretty
whatever
sure.
it is.
48 penises.
Without looking anything up, I think you're right. Yeah.
Without checking, yeah.
Yeah, so I wrote my notes as if I was going to be very curious as to how this was going to play out. So I said, giant squids, I'm pretty sure, are still around and not something new at all. But what the fuck do I know, right? So after you see all these squids come out of this hole, they address the cyber attack they called it with the
Prehistoric
statue
animals
head.
learned how to hack?
I'm jacked in.
Yeah, dude.
Now I'm interested.
It's a bunch of like those little
Back in.
dinosaurs that are like really annoying in Jurassic Park, the first
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
And they're like- all right. So, anyways, they address the cyber attack. They're like, "Yes, fucking prank, bro. Fucking prank, dudes." And we just have to take them at their word for it. So, to answer your guys' question from the last video, they now are saying that the military has been deployed globally
Please bear
to deal
with
with
us.
run amok dinosaurs. So I know we just talked about a lot of stuff, giant squids, military being deployed, but fuck all that shit. We're moving on to a completely different topic. Apex predators are fucking resurfacing. All right.
The
They are-
Dunkleosteus.
No.
No, wrong.
Oh.
It's actually the Anomalocaris, and it looks like a funky little shrimp guy. He's a little shrimp.
And he's an apex
That's what
predator?
it is. He's one of the first apex predators.
Hey,
All right, put some
size
respect on
doesn't
his
matter.
fucking name.
Yeah.
So we find out that
Man.
this little scrimp is back in action, right? And then we learn that they're shipworms and they're destroying boats and docks because they burrow into the wood and they're like, damn it, all our shit's falling apart. But don't worry, these shrimpy boys, they be eating the worms and helping out. So we're like, all right, cool.
Shipworm.
Now
Barbara
we
Hobbit.
learn. Now we learn, all right, that the I'm gonna butcher this name. The Ordovician Kraken has also emerged.
Sounds
So
cool.
I called it a giant squid earlier. I was wrong. All right, I
a
admit
kraken.
when I'm wrong. It's a kraken. All right. These dick bags will be attacking humans, and they be hiding in shallow seas, like there's some sort of fucking rock or something, and then they'll attack you. They're kind of assholes. Is what we learn. But guess what? We're on Team Kraken, guys, and you want to know why? Because they be
Because the
eating
penises?
green.
'Cause it's
They be
Kraken
eating green
jokes.
crabs, bro. They eat the green crabs, guys.
Oh.
I love
We're
that he
Team
says this,
Kraken
like,
now.
But Team Kraken.
yeah, just based on that.
Based on that, we're on Team Kraken. So these things kind of suck now, though. So they aren't very apex anymore. All right, both shrimp guy and Kraken They were Apex, no longer Apex. Now they're A-Sucks. Am I right?
They lost their apexity.
So, because they suck so much ass, we now eat the fuck out of them. And apparently, they're now considered a Thai delicacy. And the video gets a little weird, and then we see the words human greed flash on the screen, and then they're like, all right, guys, like we got like, I know they're really tasty and shit, and they kind of suck and they don't really do much, so let's just like chill out. Let's be cool for a minute. Let's not eat all of them. And then we're told to pray for these two guys because they just be getting straight ate the fuck out of. And then at the very end of the video, there's the weirdest looking fish thing that I've ever seen in my life, which I
like if
think was just up on the screen.
I don't.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know. But that's it. That's all this video is, and that's the end of season 2 or 1. Sorry.
Hot damn.
Oh, okay.
So let me get this straight. Season 1 ends by revealing to us that some of the big bad prehistoric creatures that come out of the blue hole are shitty.
They just suck. They're just bad.
That is the gist of this video.
Yep, we just eat them.
Okay.
Season 1 ends on shrimp.
Shrimp are edible.
Shrimp and
okay. Holy fuck.
I like how season 1 ends with us still kind of on top. Like we're like you're an apex predator.
Yeah,
we got more food now.
Fucking we'll fucking eat you, dude.
All the food that you guys are eating, I guess, are being replaced by you fucking useless fuckers.
You ate my tuna.
Yeah, it kind of
now you're
like
my
the
tuna.
ecosystem's leveling out a bit, huh?
Right,
They're like,
it's
oh, this
balancing.
thing's gonna kill the ecosystem, and then they're like, well, there's this other big ass guy that's eating the guy that's kind of ruining the ecosystem.
And we're eating
then we
that. So like,
and now there's 2 new delicacies in the ocean that we're eating a lot of, even though they're like, hey, don't go in the fucking ocean. You know, you don't. So
actually, we're just better off. Honestly, like this is great. We love this.
They're giant krakens. Like y'all can eat for days.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's the end of season 1. Now, season 2 has 2 videos, and the last one actually came out like 2 days ago or something.
5 days ago.
5 days ago.
5 days ago.
Pretty
now,
fresh.
Hell yeah. I can.
So
go ahead
we're not
there yet.
Season 2.
Yeah, so we can start it a little bit and go from there.
If you want, I can go over the beast of the earth vidya.
Go for it. Make sure you say the part.
The very last thing I said.
TLDR.
Yeah, can you just like sum it up?
Oh, 100%. So it's a 22-minute video, and I only have like 10 bullet points, 11 if you include where I very clearly fell asleep on my keyboard. It's called Beast of the Earth. It's about 23 minutes long, and it's all about something named Eden Squad, and you get it through the eyes of one of the individuals that is making their way through a snow-covered forest, and they're following something or someone at night. They're talking with somebody on the radio, and they hear, they give them instructions saying, like, whatever they're following could be dangerous. All of a sudden, you hear a roar/scream or something, and you hear orders given over the radio to meet at the rendezvous point. And then a big red-eyed dinosaur eats the remaining one member of the Eden Squad, assuming that it also ate the rest of Eden Squad. Then cuts over to AZUN News and says that GPAC, or the Global Prehistoric Affairs Commission...
You thought it was going to be different.
It's not. Funded a dinosaur response unit to deal with the land dinos. And more people are being trained to fight dinos every day. They'll keep you safe. Someone promises.
Someone.
Yes.
It'll keep you safe. My neighbors.
This is actually where we bring back up the Dubba. The T-Rex named the Dubba is wreaking havoc. It's appeared to evolve over time based on every experience it has. It like adapts and evolves to whatever it needs. It is then
got a knife,
but then it's killed by GPAC. So there's no
got a gun.
Can't really study it too much. Yeah, this one's got gun arms. What happened?
He evolved guns where his eyes are. What the fuck?
It then revisits the Quetzalcoatlus, which is a large pterodactyl. It's way bigger than a regular one, and despite nearly killing 20,000 of these things, the population still exceeds about 530,000.
Are we eating them?
I don't know. It didn't say.
Probably
so
should.
Probably should try
KFC.
that.
Or KFQ, Kentucky Fried Quetzalcoatl.
After they say this about the 530,000, we get a cut, and it's not a cut, but someone basically like tosses the news report over to someone else by saying, "Now we're going over to Corbin Brenner. Over to you, Corbin, in Buffalo, New York." And literally, this guy goes, I need to sit in this moment for a second. He literally goes, "Yeah, I have nothing to report."
And now to Pert Hapley in Pawnee, Indiana.
And like,
now to Ollie with the horrific slaughter of our species. How's it going, Ollie?
Who randomly cuts to a person hoping they have something to say and like not knowing?
What you got for us, Corbin?
I had nothing. And then all of a sudden he goes, "Wait a minute, and then we hear this horrible screaming, and it just cuts. After this is done, we get a report saying that Oompy Jr. has escaped the zoo.
Oh, thank God he didn't die of TB.
And has
I'm taking back everything I've ever said about analog horror if that happened. if it was just like Oompy Jr. died of TB and then it just moved on. I take back everything I've ever said.
Bring closure to that. No, Oompy Jr. escapes and apparently makes all the zookeepers that were working at that zoo very, very ill with something. They don't know what, though.
TB.
It's like super TB, I think. Or Lou Gehrig's other disease. I don't know.
Don't worry, Oompy Jr. is there.
After they talk about Oompy Jr. for a little bit and talk about how his maybe possibly super TB has killed a bunch of people, they start talking about France. And they go, "France, you've been invaded by Meganeura, which is a giant dragonfly that ate all of your frogs, spiders, and dragonflies, allowing pests to run wild, devastating your crops and people."
Oh.
To deal with this, GPAC is using pesticides that may cause significant harm to anybody who comes into contact with them, and they're using them en masse. So great. Good. Thank you so much for that. We see there's another cut, and we see this lady who is apparently trying to get her cat back inside. And she calls to Lola over and over and over again, and a fucking saber-toothed tiger walks through the door. There's a bunch of screaming and horrendous noises. After this, we learn all about the Smilodon, which is this giant cat, saber-toothed cat, and it hunts specifically Brazilians. After we learn this,
racist cats,
just fucking racist as shit, but all the Brazilians are disappearing because these cats are eating them all. Why?
Sorry.
And then the very last thing we hear from this 22 fucking minute behemoth of a video, we get a big pep talk that goes on for like 5 minutes, and it says the same thing over and over in different words, and all it says is, "We will adapt and stay safe."
Dog, this gate that's keeping this T-Rex in is not doing shit.
Unless you're Brazilian.
Can a T-Rex jump?
I hope not.
That shit over, I'm sorry.
He could literally just fling himself over. Just.
But yeah, that's the end of my video. I got nothing else to say about that.
All right. Well,
it was a very chaotic video.
I have video too, and it's very short. I can sum it up in less than a minute, probably. This is called Dire Encounter, and it's the video from 5 days ago. So we get a point of view of someone calling their mom on the phone while they're driving. The mom's kind of freaking out. So they're like, "Fucking Ben is missing. Jason, I need you to go find him." And Jason's like, "Fuck, ma, like that's 30 minutes away, you bitch."
Fuck, ma.
And then she's like, "Come on," and he's like, "All right, like,
come on."
He better be dead or hurt if I'm gonna go look for him.
Man, there's dinosaurs
right
out
of
there.
all times.
Yeah, so he calls Ben, and he's like, doesn't pick up. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say there's a magical Leopleurodon outside. I can't call him now.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, he calls Ben, doesn't pick up his phone. Why would he? He's fucking missing. We cut to a different view of Jason in the park, and it looks like he's like calling out for Ben. He's like walking this path, and then you hear him call.
I thought you weren't allowed near a park.
Not the one by your house, no.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's not. He calls Ben, and you can hear his phone ringing. Like he's walking over like a bridge, and you can hear his phone ringing down by this riverbank. And of course, he treks over to the riverbank, and what do we fucking find? We find Ben's arm, just his arm. And then he starts crying like a little bitch ass and starts.
And he
yelling
obviously
Ben's name
knows
for
that's his
another
arm,
minute.
right?
Clearly, it's his arm because it's right next to
By
his
your arm.
phone. So,
Well, yeah, that's.
but yeah, he's like, his arm is there, and he's just like yelling Ben's name for like another minute, and I'm like, bro, just stop. And then you hear a loud howl, like this is like some like werewolf howl.
Ben?
And then Jason starts clapping cheeks away from the area. I'm talking just like booking it. And then he runs right into what I can only assume is a dire wolf, based on the title of the video. And then you just hear this thing fucking eating Jason's whole ass out, like just fucking
You just hear some.
eating the fuck out of this guy. Yet somehow, after getting eaten the fuck out, this man is still filming. And it's like, bro, you're like dead. Like you're dying. Why? Like put the video camera down, brother.
The Gray's got nothing.
And that's
on
it.
that.
That's all it is.
I need
You
you
gotta
to
get
stop.
footage.
I need you to stop talking about eating Jason out. I really. It's not a. That's something I want to succumb to.
It's a furry's dream. a big old wolf eating
Wolf
Jason.
ate my butt. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, that's all that video is. So it feels like potentially they're moving away from the like news analog version of this story, and their season 2 is going to become a found footage, unfiction, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
I hope they continue that route, even though clearly we really, really like this story.
I don't know why you're saying it like you're
A
being
lot.
sarcastic.
There's I'm no sarcasm in that.
Review
tone.
time.
All right, yeah, let's review it. What do we think, boys?
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, the
Name
worst
something
thing.
worse.
The worst thing I've ever seen in my life brought the direct downfall to the nation of Yugoslavia.
Communism?
No, glass ass.
Oh. What?
Oh my God, we have to cover that. Cool. That's my next weird thing I found on Reddit.
Let's just talk about that now instead.
Yeah, I here's the thing. It's not that this is bad, but I also don't understand how it has so many views. Like
It just doesn't feel like it was thought out.
the concept is fun.
Yeah, the season 2 stuff is a lot better than the season 1 stuff.
Yes.
The most recent video is not terrible. If it had just been that, I'd been like, I want to see what happened.
If they would have done, I think you're right though, Matt. Like I think if they would have done that in the first season a little bit more, where instead of it feeling like a nature documentary, they had a little bit of like people coming in contact with these things that like with the woman and the saber-tooth tiger or whatever, like that shit I'm all about. You know what I'm saying? Like give me that. Let me see that shit.
Yeah, a lot. Like the first 2 videos, the second one especially, it just seems like they were trying to figure out what they could do with AI. Because it's all the videos in the second video are AI. The third one is more like 3D stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it
like
they take
nature
from
documentaries.
Yeah, they take a lot of they credit where they get all the footage from in every description. A lot of it's from like old Walking with Dinosaurs, and like Apple TV has their new Walking with Dinosaurs show. They took a bunch of footage from there.
I think they got a lot of flack for using AI in the second one, so they were like, all right, we're going to cut this down a little bit in the third one. And so they went a different direction.
Yeah.
Well, at least
for the best.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does, like, if that's the case, and now that you say that, each like progressive episode or a progressive video does seem like it changes and tweaks just like a little bit.
I'm glad that it's short. I don't mean that.
The best thing
glad I
about
didn't
this is
spend
it
a lot of
doesn't
time on
take
this.
much.
No, not to sound like an ass, but like I hate an analog horror where it's like 75 videos of like nothing. At least this gets right to it. It's just like it's like 4 episodes. Bam, season 1's done. On to the next fucking thing. I'm here for that. Give me a short little confined story. It's tight. It's a tight 4 videos. It's all I need. But yeah, I think concept fun. I think it went about it in a weird way.
Yeah, the concept's fine. I mean, it's one of those things, right, where it's like somebody who probably hasn't made a lot of stuff starts working on stuff and then figuring out what they can do.
And that's that's awesome.
I actually hope it gets better from here because I mean, a dinosaur ARG or analog horror, I guess, is pretty neat in theory.
Yeah, the trope.
There is a really good
The
one.
analog horror tropes are just so heavy in the first few episodes.
Oh
Yeah.
God, the EAS. I saw that fucking frame
Yeah.
and I go,
It's like,
God,
people,
damn it.
people, I understand that you like everybody wants to make a thing because they're inspired by another thing, but like, how many of these do we need?
If you're a
So many.
creator and you're listening to us right now, I challenge you to make a good analog horror
Without
and not use any single newscast type of trope.
Nope.
in it.
Yeah.
Don't give me one. I don't want to see what the weather is in
Nope.
fucking buttfuck Maine or
I'd
whatever.
even be
I don't
happy with
wanna-
like 50-50. Like 50%
cut
something
you.
else. 50%
Yeah,
news
less.
broadcast.
Give me even less. Give me like 25.
30.
I'll take 25%. Like I'll take a
Give me a 60-40 on that.
Over under.
I'm with you. It's just this is definitely seems like it's probably just some guy's like first attempt at something. At least that's the vibe I got, which is good for you because I can't make shit. So good on you. But it's just very
sit here
weird
and
that
talk shit about it.
it's just very weird how popular it is. Like each one of these has like 200, almost 200,000 views each, and it's like this.
Right.
Not to sound mean, but we've covered a lot of shit prior to this that like
it's really interesting
it's like
how
nothing.
things get found. Like,
Yeah.
some people obviously just get lucky because, like, fucking what's it that we just covered that I can't remember the name of now.
me neither.
Cool.
Oh, the one we really liked that
Ascension?
Midwest Angelica.
Yeah, Midwest.
Oh, yeah,
Angelica.
Midwest Angelica.
Like, there are videos in that series that have fewer views than some of these videos, and it's like, wow,
Yeah,
that's
how?
criminal.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, I agree.
So do we think this is real or fake?
Real.
Okay. I'm glad Doug agrees
it's
with me.
very real. Yeah, so maybe I doubt we'll come back to this, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe you'll see a part 2 one of these days.
Yeah,
We'll see what
maybe
happens.
it's going somewhere super cool. Like I said, the last 2 videos, the most recent video especially is cooler.
Mhm.
Okay, I will plead for this. I'll excuse the news broadcast. I gotta get one real good complaint in. You know me.
Uh-huh.
I can't not be an asshole about this. I can excuse the news broadcast format. Please stop making news broadcast formats or like found footage formats where everything goes glitchy and then it shows you something you're not supposed to see for no reason. If you're gonna use that as a mechanic, have a reason. Don't just be like, we made this news broadcast. Oops, we accidentally animated this graphic death and also
Oh, no.
put it in the final cut. Like, what? And then
Just
glitched
never
it
got
out a little
reviewed?
bit.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Do you not have any QA?
Yeah, stop doing that. It's just a pet peeve at this point.
And
Yeah,
if it
I-
does happen, come up with the reason. Be like, hey, like we finished this, we finalized, we rendered it.
Yeah.
None of this shit was here. Like, what the fuck happened?
Right. If there's like an
Like, do a little
in-universe
5-second
reason
thing.
for it, that's fine. But
Yeah.
like, don't do it just because that.
Build your world. You have
Yeah.
to make sure your world has the ability to answer questions of anyone who's watching or interacting with it at all.
You
And
could
It's gonna be weird questions.
you could very easily be like, oh, it like you see the glitches in the next episode. They're like, oh, the local protest group that is protesting like us hunting the dinosaurs or whatever has hijacked the broadcast system. Hurdy-durdy-dur.
Or if you're like showing something on live news and something bad happens, and you're like, oh shit, cut the cameras, like that.
Hang in there, baby.
Yeah, like that's a trope in like found footage movies, and that's fine, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, not everything needs a glitch.
Yeah.
You don't need someone you can say out loud that someone didn't like what was happening, so they shut the camera off.
Especially in this where
That's
like
fine.
it's this is just like the concept is weird. Like these holes just open up and dinosaurs are coming out. That's cool, but like they're adding in these glitches and like this reverse audio and things that are like alluding that it's like this weird supernatural thing, but they don't ever.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah, there's like a
Yeah.
well, there's like a we send thing at the end of it too, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure so in universe, I'm pretty sure GPAC caused this to happen, and now in order to control it, they are assuming responsibility, and that'll come out in either season 3 or 4 if they could get there, kind of thing. That's kind of where I think this is going.
Yeah.
and set up nicely for that. But
We'll see.
I don't
Now
know.
that we've talked about it for an hour and 10 minutes,
yeah,
I would like to say, find us on all our social medias. We're DelutiPod everywhere, or don't look under the internet. Go to our YouTube page. That'd be cool too. Just don't look under the internet.
so do it.
Send us an email, delutipod@gmail.com. That's about all I got. And I'm going to say, if you come across a dinosaur,
Suck its dick.
just don't. No,
No.
just don't. Just
No, you're right.
Do
This,
the-
we had a whole episode about this.
Yeah,
How do I not know this?
do
yet?
the don't. Do the don't.
Do the big old don't.
Don't. Matt, what do you got?
I don't know. Make things. Don't worry about what people
Yeah,
say. Like assholes.
our
like
opinions
us.
don't matter.
Yeah, don't let it bother you.
Yeah, we're a bunch of bums on the
I
internet.
just hate
Yeah.
analog horror, and it's not. It's not personal at this point at all.
It's just all the same.
But we will judge you based
I-
on little.
I
to no
appreciate that
reason.
people are out there making content and putting it on the internet for not monetizing it really. Like
Yeah.
this person monetizes this. There is a merch shop for this, but it's like I do appreciate that
They have
there's
a-
like free content you can just go see on the internet
Mm.
and like
Yeah, they have a whole Discord, Azone Studios or whatever, and they actually do have a couple other projects or a project that they did before this. I didn't really deep dive into it or anything.
Me
So,
neither.
it seems like they have a fairly small community that, or not. I don't want to say small, but I don't know the size of their community, but they have a community that they're a part of, and people seem to like. So
that's cool, man. I'm glad that people like things. That's
Doug,
good for those.
do you have something to say, people?
if you see dinosaur and your first thought is this a time where I should slap my peen against this thing? Don't.
I like how you said no and then shook your head up and down like don't.
Don't do.
Don't.
Actually,
Our
can I-
video listeners and our audio listeners are going to get two different messages there.
Can I just go?
Subliminal messaging.
Can I just go back and redo mine real quick?
Yeah.
Just put some dunks. That's all I got.
Doing some fucking dunks.
I'm just gonna edit it so
Holy
it's like
shit, that
that's
was
what I
funny.
said the first time.
Who's out pooning their dunks? Boys?
You guys go to the
Dunks.
Dunkapoon convention?
What do you got for us, Jason?
Stay paranoid. One of us might say the words Dunkapoon near you in the future, and nobody should be prepared for that.
We're gonna put that on a shirt.
think we might have
Dunkapoon
to.
sounds like a place you send a postcard from.
It really does.
Greetings from Dunkapoon.
Pretty sick vocal stems this episode, guys.
Hell
I
yeah,
appreciate
50 miles outside Billings.
Remember, everybody, stay spooky, stay stupid.
Stay fucking stupid. Most important.
Bye, everybody.
We love you, kind of.
Don't look under the internet.